What's going on YouTube? Today I'll be talking about the first pay-per-view of the new year, UFC 297. I'll also be giving my prediction at the end of the video, so make sure you stick around. Main event, it'll be Dricus du Plessis versus Sean Tarzan Strickland, and it's a banger. So I'll be talking about Dricus first. So his past three opponents, we're looking at Robert Whittaker, Derek Brunson, Darren Till. Those are some pretty good fighters at 185, you know. Till's a striker, Brunson's, obviously a grappler, and Whittaker's just former champ all around. Great fighter. I was shocked when Dricus beat him. I couldn't believe it. But Dricus is 6-0 in the UFC. I believe he debuted back in like 2019, 2020. So he's been in the UFC a couple years, fighting the best of the best. Talking about him as a fighter, his strengths. I would say he's a pretty random striker, but he's got power in his hands, you know. He's a very awkward, powerful striker. He does have KO power. He's also a great grappler. I think that's what he needs to do, but we'll get into that a little bit later. So yeah, his strengths overall, very, very random striker. Like you're not gonna be able to predict what he's gonna do, you know. Very random, but very powerful at the same time, you know. And like I said, he is a great grappler, great wrestling, good jiu-jitsu, good subs. His weaknesses as a fighter, I'd probably lean towards his lack of 5-round fight experience. Obviously his cardio. If anybody's seen that Till fight or that Brunson fight, he won. Don't get me wrong, he won the fight, but he was gassed. It looked terrible. Him and Brunson was just horrid. Like they were just laying on each other. It was so bad. And I want to say it was just a 1-round fight. Like I don't even think it went the full 3 rounds. Absolutely insane. I believe he had difficulty breathing through his nose or something. Like he had nose surgery, and his first fight post-op was the Whittaker fight. And I will admit, he did look a lot better. He looked very different. He wasn't gassing at all. So maybe that surgery did something. Now talking about the fight, Dricus, Sean Strickland. What is Dricus's game plan gonna be? Obviously, he's gonna be boxing a little bit, throwing some kicks in there, kickboxing. I personally think he should be mixing in a lot of takedowns, look to grapple. I mean, how does Sean look off of his back? Do we know? Sean really got taken down. I'm not sure, but definitely mixing the takedowns. Give Sean a little something extra to worry about, you know, besides just kickboxing. I feel like if you're just boxing, you're playing right into Sean's game. What is Sean the best at? Boxing, obviously. The Philly show, that 1-2, the pressure. So obviously, I personally wouldn't want to do what my opponent's best at. I would look to grapple, and obviously Dricus is going to look for the finish. I believe he's finished a majority of his fights. I mean, he definitely finished his last 3 fights. I think he submitted Till, TKO'd Brunson, also TKO'd Robert Whittaker. So he's definitely looking for the finish. Now the question is Sean going to hold up, you know? Can he get the finish? I don't know. We'll have to wait and find out. Now, talking about Sean Strickland, Sean the Don, man, I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't a huge fan of Sean Strickland about a year ago, 2 years ago, you know, wasn't a fan, but since then, he's won me over, man. What can I say? Sean hasn't. He's not the best person, you know. He definitely comes from a very traumatic childhood, and he said he used to be racist and this and that. I don't believe in everything Sean says, because Sean says some crazy shit. He's been saying some crazy shit this whole fight week, you know. But in my opinion, it's kind of shitty reporting. Like these MMA reporters are just fishing for like these stupid questions, you know. They kind of want Sean to say something crazy, clickbait, you know, headline, oh, racist, homophobic UFC champ, you know. It sells, it's clickbait. But overall, I respect Sean. I don't think he's the best fighter, but I definitely respect him as a man. How could you not? You know, this dude came from nothing. A lot of these UFC champs kind of have the same story. He kind of reminds me of like the American version of Charles Oliveira, you know. Came from nothing, came from the slums. Charles was grew up in the favelas of Brazil. Sean grew up in the trailer park, you know, in the U.S. Very similar, and they both suffered defeat early on in their career. And what did they do? They bounced back. They rebounded from it. And look at them now, bro. Both of them won gold belts. Both of them are champs. So personally, I love the stories behind these fighters, man. And Sean has a very, very interesting story. I highly recommend you check it out. But anyways, talking about Sean Strickland in this weekend, his past 3 opponents. Bear with me because these names are crazy. I'm gonna try my best. I might butcher the names. But obviously, his last opponent, he beat Israel Adesanya. We all know that. Dominated Izzy, man. Not only did he dominate Izzy, he dominated him in the striking department, which is absolutely batshit. That's crazy. Izzy was like by far probably the best pure striker in the UFC, if not the best. Definitely top 3. You know, Alex is up there as well, Poetan. But to dominate Izzy in that fashion with no grappling, just to walk him down constantly in his face, pressuring him 1-2, 1-2, Philly shell, good defense, checking leg kicks. Izzy had no answer for him, man. It was fascinating. It was shocking to see. Besides Izzy, he beat Magomedov, who was a hype train. I don't even know how Magomedov got that fight. That was his second fight in the UFC, and I believe it was like a main event of a fight night, which is absolutely crazy. That dude got fed to the wolves, and Sean broke him. Sean broke. I want to say Sean broke him in round 1, and then finished him in round 2. The guy completely gassed out. And then the last guy he beat was Imov. I believe that's how you say his name, Imov. The dude's 4-2-1 in the UFC. 4 wins, 2 losses, 1 no contest. You know, not a super big name. But since 2018, Sean's only lost to 2 people, and one of them was highly questionable. But he lost to Poetan. We all know that Shekelev's hook got knocked out, got slept. And he also lost to Jared Cannonier in a robbery. In my opinion, it was a robbery. It was a split decision loss. Could have went either way. I personally think Sean won, but hey, what are you gonna do? So that's since 2018. So I'm pretty bad at math. That's 6 years. In the past 6 years, he's really only lost to the best. He's lost to Poetan, who's a 2-way world champ, and he lost to Jared, who's one of the best in the world at 85. Sean's strengths as a fighter, by far his cardio. That cardio is insane. He's got cardio like Marab. Just go. Excellent boxing. He rocks that Philly shell, which is very unique to see in MMA with the 4-ounce gloves, you know. Obviously, the Philly shell is pretty big in boxing, but you have those big 16-ounce gloves, you know. You hardly ever see it in MMA. And Sean does it very, very well. He has excellent defense. He very rarely gets cracked. He very rarely gets hit. Excellent boxing, excellent cardio. His takedown defense is good as well. And now talking about his weaknesses as a fighter. We all saw it, man. That chin can't get cracked. Poetan cracked it, but I mean that's 101, bro. That's Poetan. I don't think Dricus has that elite striking accuracy and power that Poetan has. You know, who knows though? Well, maybe you have to wait to find out. But his weakness as a fighter, chin can get cracked. His lack of diversity in the striking department is just boxing, man. It's just pressure, 1-2, 1-2, 1-2 in your face, constantly backing you up, backing you up, backing you down, and he rarely grapples. So like we're no kicks, no grappling. I don't know. Game plan, obviously boxing pressure, good defense, and break his opponent, break his will, get out there with a W. So my final prediction for UFC 297 is I've got Sean the Don Strickland winning a 5-round decision. Let me know who you guys think will pull it out on Saturday. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch y'all next time.